The next set of commands I have here are ping, traceroute, and pathping. Ping is another command similar to ipconfig and similar in the sense that it's very heavily used. I don't think there's any network administrator out there that shouldn't understand the ping command. I will tell you that my impression of the ping command is that it is the most basic, yet at the same time one of the most powerful network troubleshooting tools available. Ping is used to check connectivity between networking devices. Ping is just that simple. You enter the command ping and you put in the name or IP address of another device that you're trying to communicate with, and it sends out a ping request. And if you get a reply, well, then you have connectivity. If you don't get a reply, well, then you have an issue with connectivity. As a matter of fact, when somebody says, hey, from my computer, I can't see the such and such computer, first question I have is, can you ping it? Now, to the average user, they might say, can I what it? And you may choose to walk somebody through the ping command because it is pretty simple. Or once you get over to their computer, the first thing you should do is use the ping command, because this command will show whether you have connectivity or not. Sometimes when somebody says that they can't see a certain computer or device out on a network, it's not that there's truly a lack of connectivity. There could be some other issue involved. Could be permissions, could be name resolution, something else that we'll talk about, in another lesson. And ping can help you to determine that. The next command I have listed here is traceroute. I actually kind of laugh every time I see this command because way back when I was first learning all this stuff for myself, there was somebody in a class with me who insisted that traceroute, he remembered it by the name Tracert. I don't know why I find that funny, but it's kind of silly. Tracert. No, it's traceroute. I mean, if you look at it, it's trace and then RT for route. This command is used in the Windows operating system to view the entire path a packet takes to get from one device to another. So, unlike ping, where you simply say, hey, can I talk with you? To some other computer, and then that other computer responds back and says yes, or maybe you don't get a response. In this case, you kind of send a ping-like packet, but instead of just getting a response, you see the actual path. You see, in order to get from this machine over to whatever other machine I'm trying to communicate with, it shows me, okay, well, I can't communicate directly with this other computer because it's on a different network, so I sent it over to this router, who then sent it over to that router, who sent it over to another router, and then eventually got to the destination. And this is a great tool to use right after you use ping. Okay, it's not uncommon at all that you use ping to see if you have connectivity, and then if you don't, and you think you should, you might do a traceroute so that you can watch the path that it's taking and then see where the breakdown is. See how the communication either ends up in some kind of an endless loop of one router sending it to another, who eventually sends it back to the same router and then back to another and eventually back to the same one. That's one possibility. Or maybe there's a router that's actually down and you see that that's where the failure is happening. So that's what traceroute is. Pathping is used to view the entire path a packet takes to get from one device to another, while also displaying additional statistics about each node along the way. A very simple way that I like to present pathping, although it's not necessarily 100% technically accurate, it's kind of like taking ping and traceroute and putting them together into one super powerful utility. Okay, so instead of just saying, hey, do we have connectivity? And instead of just seeing the path that we should take or could take to get from one computer to another, Now we check that connectivity, we see the path, and we see information about what's happening with the packet along the way. So that's what Pathping can do for you. And another good example is, let's say you have connectivity, but maybe it's slow, and you want to know where the breakdown is. Why is communication so slow? You may be able to find out that there is a certain place along the way between point A and point Z where statistically you can see, oh, wait, this hop is taking a lot longer than the rest of them. What's going on? What kind of traffic might be going on in that particular area of our network? And Pathping can help you out with that kind of troubleshooting.